like the way that sounds.
Welcome to the Small Business Voice with Justin, Duncan, and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV, the show that talks to small business owners about the best ways to practice business in our current day from experienced professionals. Kayleigh Gilbert.
Hi, Justin.
Is actually an Oakdale City Council member, and she also just started her business recently. Kayleigh, tell me about your new business.
So my new business is Legally Blonde Marketing. I am a full social media marketing agency. I help small businesses, large businesses, and politicians run their social media accounts. And that includes Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And I pretty much pretend to be you online.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I know it's a part of business now.
I love pretending to be you, Justin.
So we like to bring our guests on. They're the experts. They're the professionals of their fields. And today we have Dyke Mundy coming on with Tri-Counties Bank, and he's going to talk about mortgages. And it's actually nice. I'm looking forward to this interview because he's coming from a bank side, and we haven't had that before. You know, I've talked to loan officers that, you know, work for different independent agencies, but this is actually the first bank loan officer that we get to talk to. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we also have Michelle Gallagher coming on. If you want a tax expert, Michelle's your girl. I've been using Michelle for 4 years, and she's done a great job for me. But I do have some questions for her because I feel my refund wasn't that big, and I want to know why. So
My refund was really small last year too, Justin.
Yeah. Well, I actually had a bigger refund last year, and I put so much money into my business last year, I really expected to have a lot of write-offs.
I guess it's important for me to talk to Michelle because I still haven't filed my taxes for this year.
Oh.
It's okay. My CPA, Mike Kelly, knows all about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love Mike Kelly, too. You started your business, Legally Blonde Marketing. How's that been going? How many clients are you up to now?
It's going really well. Well, I'm up to 13. I didn't think it was going to go this well. Actually, when I switched over, I was crying to my dad thinking that I was going to be homeless because, you know, being a business owner.
Yeah.
But it picked up really, really quickly, and I think that's because of Gold Star and me just keeping on my networking. The only thing that's changed is really what I'm doing, but not how I network myself.
So what have been some of the challenges of being a new business owner for you?
I am not very organized, and I guess being organized is my biggest challenge. Before, when you have a boss, they tend to nag you over things, and now that I'm my own boss, I'm nagging myself to do things.
Yeah.
And time blocking is my hardest now.
I'm a W-2 employee. I think everybody knows that. And when you go into a workplace, and I work for a big corporation, there's a lot of structure there. And you have to be at work on time. You have to take, well, in my line of business, I have to take my breaks on time. I got to take my lunch on time, or I can get in trouble for that. But there's structure. There's built-in structure. And you got people to answer to. Or you could suffer a consequence. When you're working for yourself, you're not suffering. You're not going to put yourself in trouble. You're not going to put yourself in a timeout.
No, I went from having weekends off to now I work 16 days straight and maybe take a Monday off.
Yeah.
I hope Billy takes me to go do something, Justin.
I'll talk to Billy for you. I'll make sure that he does.
Yeah, you better tell him. I don't know. We might end up at Woodward.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Last year I was in Monterey.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean, I like seeing the ocean too, but, you should maybe think about going to a Giants game, that when they do fireworks after the game over the bay. That'd be kind of cool.
I know you love baseball.
I do.
Billy likes the Giants, but I'm just there to take TikToks and eat chicken strips.
You're here listening to Justin, Duncan, and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And it's our first day back. We took a little bit of time off, and I woke up this morning. I just really felt refreshed. I set my alarm. I got about 4 hours of sleep, which is not really
I woke
a lot.
up before Justin, which I'm surprised.
I actually beat Mike into the parking lot. I was so excited. I think I got here at 7:45 this morning.
I know you're telling me next time that we have to be here by 8:15. I'm like,
yeah. One thing I've been doing during my time off is I've been focusing on Legal Shield, and I need to be more coachable doing that business, and I realized I have not been.
What does that mean,
coachable? Well, they tell you things that you need to do, and when I say they, I'm talking about people that have made millions of dollars, and I tend to think I know it all, or I don't want to do that, and I always thought I was coachable, but then I really took a hard look at myself, and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm really not. So I really had to admit to myself, I need to be more coachable. I need to do what's advised to me. But I've met about $4 or $5 million earners in the past 3 months, which has been really good. I've been trying to surround myself with successful people, which I do at Gold Star. I love doing that. I'm trying to build my own atmosphere, and it's going to rub off eventually. I just need to make myself more accountable, be a better boss to myself.
Yeah, that's the biggest one, accountability, especially when you're running your own business.
Well, we talked about some of the challenges too. Some of my challenges is a lack of time, because I work about 45 to 50 hours a week at my job. And
J-O-B.
Yeah. And it's hard to get up in the morning sometimes. Things kind of compile. But there's a lot of new stuff.
How sad, Justin. You only slept for 4 hours and you still got to the studio before me.
I know. But there's a lot of positive stuff going on. I needed a break. You have a lot going on. You got Oakdale City Council to worry about. You got Sir Optimus. We both have Gold Star, and sometimes it's just nice to kind of look at things and like, okay, let's take a little break, take a breath, reboot, and maybe look at things a different way.
And be more coachable.
And be more coachable, yes.
Justin, it's so funny to hear you say that you're not coachable, because every time we meet, I feel like I'm just bossing you around and telling you to do things.
Yeah, but so my mom pointed something out to me years ago, and I think I'm going to regret saying this on air, but my mom told me, she goes, when you were a kid all the way up to adult, if somebody tells you to do something, you just say, okay, I'll go ahead and do it. And then you still go and do what you want anyway. And I had a coworker say that to me.
I think I do that too.
Yeah, and it's probably more of a passive-aggressive thing where it's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. But deep down, it's like, I'm not doing that.
I thought, what's that term? It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
Yes.
I live by that.
I actually, you know what, I do too. I truly believe in that. As long as I'm the one that's asking for forgiveness. Anyway, it's great to be back. We got some great guests today. We got Michelle Gallagher coming back with Gallagher Gatewood. She's coming on for a third time, and I have a lot of questions for Michelle. I'm looking forward to that interview. We also have Dyke Mundy with Tri-Counties Bank coming on, and I'm looking forward to that interview too. I just feel recharged and rebooted, and I hope we can all learn something from both of our guests. Just take something away and be more knowledgeable and more wiser.
Yeah, Michelle has a lot of things to tell us about. For sure, I don't know anything about taxes, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I tend to ask Michelle a lot of questions, and she has a way of answering them, and I nod my head, but I really don't know what she's talking about.
I know. Earlier, she was talking to me about something, and she used CPA lingo, and I was like, and then I looked at her, and I was like, what does that mean?
You're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Today's guest, we have Michelle Gallagher from Gallagher Gatewood. She is one of the partners there, and I want to thank Michelle for coming on. She has been on. This is the third time Michelle has come on. I do my taxes with Michelle, and if you're looking for a bookkeeper or somebody to do your taxes, give Michelle a call, 209-526-3091, or you can email her at www.gg-cpa.com. So, Michelle, I just got my tax return back, and I did get a refund, so I can't really complain too much. But I did notice that it wasn't as big as years past. So is that just me, or did you have other people say the same thing?
No, I had quite a few clients get either less of a refund or owe money. There was a couple things that changed between 2021 and 2022. At the beginning of 22, the IRS didn't update the tax schedules, and so people were having less withheld than they should have. And so I think they fixed that around April, and so that's what happened there.
Okay.
And then with the child tax refund, in 2021, they got a significant amount of money. And that all went back to the regular $2,000 for any child under the age of 17 or $500 for over 18 or over 17. And so a lot of my clients with children saw a huge swing in their refund.
Yeah, so my ex-wife always claimed the kids, and now they're 21 and over, so that doesn't really apply to me. But
right.
Yeah, but I had a lot of expenses this last year, and I was just like expecting something bigger, but oh well. Hey, you know what? Like I said, I got a refund.
Right.
I'm happy, and that's the bottom line, right?
Right.
Even on my side, because last year I was a W-2 employee, normally I get a pretty big refund because I always claim zero just because of my A.L. Gilbert shareholders money. And this last year, I hardly got anything back. Now that you're explaining why, I don't know anything about taxes, so it's probably a good thing you're here.
Yeah, so it was definitely the withholding issue at the beginning of the year.
We're here with Michelle Gallagher of Gallagher and Gatewood on the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Michelle is a CPA accountant and does tax services, and she's been doing my taxes for like the last 4 years. So I highly, highly recommend Michelle. Give her a call at 209-526-3091 or email her at www.gg-cpa.com. Again, that's 209-526-3091, and her email is www.gg-cpa.com. Michelle, in 2025, so everything prior to the Trump policies in 2018 reverts back to the Obama policies. How will that affect small businesses and middle-class families?
Yeah, so Trump put the tax rates at a really good level. You have tax brackets, so the 10%, 15, 22, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. He lowered the brackets, and he also expanded how much money you have to make to jump to a new tax bracket. And so all of that's going to revert back to prior to Trump. So like the highest tax rate, instead of being 37%, will now be 39%.
Okay.
So that's what's that's what's mainly going to affect individuals. Small businesses, it's kind of the same thing. If you're an S corp, you have to deal with individual tax rates, and the C corporations are enjoying a 21% tax rate, and if it reverts back, it will go back to where there's actual tax brackets, going all the way back up to 39% for those larger corporations.
Okay. It seems like I have a lot more questions to ask me because I don't. And the reason why I say this, like, I don't like to get political on the show, but I don't want to give my opinion out there. But it just seems like black and white, like who we want in office here.
Well, that's all going to depend on who gets in office next year.
Yeah.
So
and I already feel that we pay more than our fair share of taxes in California. Is there a way we can protect our money in the future?
So the main thing for individuals is you really need to get money into retirement. If you're a younger individual in a lower tax bracket, they are offering 401k Roths and IRAs that are Roths. So that's post-tax money that you can put away so that when you go to retire, all of that is going to be tax-free, all the earnings that you've earned on it. So when you're younger, you want to start with those. But if you're older and want to save actual tax dollars, because California's highest tax rate is 12.3%. And if you're in a high tax bracket with federal, you're looking at 45-50% in tax.
Yeah.
So putting as much money away for retirement is the main thing that individuals need to focus on.
Okay. Especially
and I hope anyone that is my age, born in the year 1998, 1997, 1996, 1995, and 1994 are listening to this, because right now is the best time for you to be saving for your retirement, and you probably don't need that $90,000 new truck.
Well, I graduated in 1994, and you got Michelle laughing. That was pretty good.
Yeah. You do need the $90,000 truck if you're a business owner, though.
You're listening to The Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV, and you're listening to Michelle Gallagher from Gallagher Gatewood. Contact her if you need a bookkeeper, 209-526-3091. I should say CPA, huh? I don't know why I
Well,
said
we do all those services.
Yeah.
We do bookkeeping, payroll, taxes.
And then they can email you at www.gg-cpa.com. Again, that's 209-526-3091. And her email is www.gg-cpa.com. I hear a lot of people are leaving California, but real estate is still on the rise here. It's still a seller's market. Why is that?
Well, a lot of people that are leaving are retiring people that don't want to pay state tax anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's just there's just so many people in California that there's not enough housing. So
there's still
building,
not enough. With people leaving
still
and
selling, yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people in Oakdale are leaving. They're moving to Texas or Florida or Idaho.
Well, with everyone being able to do work remotely, too, we have people that work for other CPAs in this area that are working from Texas. So a lot of remote stuff happened over the last 3 years. So that's another reason why, too.
Yeah.
And do you think that's why businesses are leaving California?
Well, that and the fact that the employment laws in California are really strict. It's really an employee-friendly state. And the fact that we have one of the highest minimum wages in the nation. And so small businesses cannot keep up with the amount of wages they have to pay out, with the new Cal Savers retirement thing that we got put in place last year. Mm-hmm. If you have 5 or more employees, you either have to have a retirement plan in place or you have to participate in this mandatory retirement. And it's just killing the small businesses that can't afford that stuff.
That's ridiculous. That's my opinion, but I think that's ridiculous.
I'm thinking of all the businesses in downtown Oakdale. I don't think a lot of them could afford to have 5 or more employees and give them a retirement plan.
No, I agree. There's no way.
Is it full-time employees or just 5 or more employees in general?
5 of full-time equivalent. So you could have 10 employees, and if those working, 40 hours a week or 20 hours a week, you're still going to get up to the 5 employees.
Okay.
But there are retirement plans that are pretty simple. You don't have to do the 401ks. You have what's called a simple IRA, which puts more money than a regular IRA. You don't have to administer it. Every employee gets their own account. All you'd have to do is match up to like 3%. So there are stuff out there, but it's still...
I did know that California was an employee-friendly state.
Yes, it very much is.
Some states don't even have laws for taking your 10-minute break and whatnot, and we have really strict laws for that, so it's interesting to hear you say that.
We're here with Michelle Gallagher of Gallagher and Gatewood on the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Michelle is a CPA accountant and does tax services, and she's been doing my taxes for like the last 4 years. Give her a call at 209-526-3091 or email her at www.gg-cpa.com. Again, that's 209-526-3091, and her email is www.gg-cpa.com.
I hear that the IRS hired more agents to go after big businesses. Who will that affect?
Yeah, so they did hire supposedly 87,000 new IRS auditors, which they should have hired more people on the phones, but We'll get to that later. They are saying they're going to come after the larger businesses, but we have seen, I have a sister that's also a CPA and my business partner. I think we have 4 new audits now. What they're looking for is red ticket items. Like if you have a lot, if you're a contractor and you have a lot in subcontracting, they're going to want to see the 1099s going to those people. If you have a lot in travel, you have to have the receipts. I mean, in the past, they haven't focused as much on auditing small businesses, but I think they will look at those red ticket items, meals and entertainment, travel, any subcontractors, making sure you get your 1099s out. Those are the people I think they're going to try and come after.
Well, I thought, according to our leadership, they said that they were going to go after the big business, but apparently that's not true.
Well, I'm sure they will, but
shocking, huh?
But the thing is that those big businesses have a lot of money to deal with.
They do,
with CPAs and legal, and the smaller businesses don't have that many.
No,
You're scaring me. I just started off as a business this year.
Well, I think
like,
the small businesses not. I'm talking more of the $5 to $10 million range.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in that.
Yeah,
We're
I'm not
there
even close
yet,
to that.
Justin.
Yeah, no.
You'll get there.
Thank you, Michelle. And thank you for coming on today. We appreciate you coming in again.
You're welcome.
And love having you. And we'll have you on again next year to talk about taxes and where we're at again.
Exactly.
And,
Yep.
So if you need a CPA, give Michelle a call, 209-526-3091, or email her at www.gg-cpa.com. And you got a big recommendation from me right here. So,
I appreciate that. Yes.
So thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle, for coming on and frightening me.
Oh, you're welcome.
I can give you her cell phone, Kayleigh, and then she can, frighten you more.
Oh, yeah. Just don't call me before bed. You might let me have nightmares.
Right.
You're listening to The Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert. We'll be right back after these words.
Got a little boom in my big truck. Gonna open up the doors and turn it up. Gonna stomp my boots in the Georgia mud. Gonna watch you make me fall in love.
CISPRO Innovation, where we help local businesses connect with local families. For more information, check out our blog at CISPROinnovation.com. That's CISPRO, SISBRO, innovation.com.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Today's guest is Dyke Mundy. He is the Vice President and Home Mortgage Sales Manager at Tri-Counties Bank in Roseville. He can be reached at 916-293-4851. And if you want to stop by the office and say hi, 3700 Douglas Boulevard in Roseville, California. Mr. Mundy, how are you doing today?
Justin, I'm doing great.
Awesome. So you're actually the first bank we've had come on talk about mortgages. So I'd like to kind of find out on the bank side on how the mortgage industry works different from individual people that do mortgages. I don't know if it's the same kind of ballpark or if the bank kind of can offer better programs, but I guess we're going to find that out today, huh?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. What's the difference between a bank and there's mortgage brokers, there's mortgage bankers, and what really differentiates the three of us?
So there's a lot of buzz around a new program out there for first-time home buyers. Can you tell me what the definition is of FTHB?
It's funny you ask. A lot of people think first-time home buyer means I've never owned a home, and that's not true. The first-time home buyer, FTHB, really means you haven't owned a home for the past 3 years.
Okay, nice. So you have these programs for first-time home buyers so they can get into their homes. You have down payment assistance. You have lower interest rates, easier qualifying, and then money for closing costs, which was through the Homeowner Access Program. Can you tell me more about these programs?
Yeah, so there are loan programs for just about anybody out there who wants to buy a home. But what I think we're going to focus on today is really what programs are available for first-time home buyers who are really people who struggle to get into a home either because they just don't have the down payment or may struggle with credit or income with the higher interest rates and higher home prices. But if we think about first-time home buyer programs, There's a great program that we're a part of. It comes from the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco. It's called WISH.
Okay.
And when I talk to a lot of people in the industry, they really don't know what WISH is.
Yeah, Kayleigh and I have both never heard of WISH.
It's interesting because most people haven't. And WISH is a grant program through the Federal Home Loan Bank. Oh. It's a 4-to-1 grant, so that if somebody has $5,000, the grant from the Federal Home Loan Bank, which we administer, would be $20,000. And that $20,000 over the next 5 years is forgiven 20% per year.
Okay.
The maximum you can get in that grant is $29,000, which means the borrower would have to bring to the table $7,250. And that can be money they either save or they get for a gift or a combination. And a gift could be a gift from any relative.
That's awesome.
But again, $29,000, they put in $7,200, and roughly there's a little over $36,000 is now they can use towards down payment. It's a grant. It's not a second. You don't pay anything on it. And then every year, again, 20% of that is forgiven, so that if they're in the home for 5 years, the full $29,000 has been forgiven at the end. And yet that helped lower the loan amount, which in turn gave them a lower payment, which helped them qualify for possibly more home.
Kayleigh rents in the ghetto, so she's got a big smile on her face right now.
That's not politically correct to say on air, Justin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I do see Oakdale Police Department on my street quite often, so we might have to talk here soon because I didn't know that.
I was going to say, it
I
sounds
could
like
get
you need to
into a
talk to
house.
all of my loan officers.
Yeah.
Well, the whole goal of the money from the Federal Home Loan Bank is to help specifically low to moderate income people who do struggle with that down payment. They use income calculations. It's basically they use 80% of HUD's area median income, and it's based on the household size. So they're really trying to use the money to help people who need help the most. And that's the best part about the program, is it really is there to help people that need it.
All right. And then I apologize if this question is kind of redundant, but how would Kayleigh find out if she were to qualify for one of these programs?
It's a great question, Justin. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to listen that are going to say, how can I find out? So there's two ways. One, if somebody just wanted some general information, I'd say you can go to the Federal Home Loan Bank of San Francisco and you can look up the WISH program and you can at least do some reading about it. But they don't administer it. They basically allow the member banks like Tri-Counties Bank, who offers the first mortgage, to give that grant money in addition with their first mortgage. So I would say, Kayleigh, what you'd want to do is go to tricountiesbank.com, click on home mortgage. There's an 800 number there, along with an apply now link, or there's a button at the bottom that's our team. And you'd click on that, and you'd pick a loan officer in your market, and you'd give them a call. And what they want to start to do is just have a conversation. Is just explain to you how the program works, find out a little bit about what you're trying to accomplish, what your income, your credit looks like, and explain the program in more detail and see how much of a home could they qualify you for if you were looking to purchase a home, what your loan amount would be, and what that payment would be. And then are you comfortable making that payment? And the best part of WISH is you not only would use WISH, but there are other down payment assistance programs. We work with a nonprofit, the National Asian American Coalition. We have another 3% up to $10,000 for another grant that you would layer with WISH. And there are sometimes some county and city money that you would layer on top of that. So the goal in layering is add as many down payment assistance programs. So when you buy your home, instead of you're only putting down 0% or 3% or 5%, you're now putting down 10, 20, 25%, again, lowering that loan amount, which is in turn lowering your payment and helping you qualify for the home and feel comfortable about how much you're paying each month. Because really what you're trying to do is get away from renting. I'm paying this rental amount to somebody I may not even know. I don't own the home. I can get evicted at any day. Getting something fixed can take forever, and creating home ownership. And that's what it's all about.
All right. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on the Small Business Voice. And today we have Dyke Mundy, Vice President, and he's also the Home Mortgage Sales Manager for Tri-Counties Bank. He can be reached at 916-293-4851 or visit him at 3700 Douglas Boulevard, and that's in Roseville, California.
I just want to ask you what your niche is. It mostly just first-time home buyers, or do you like to work with small business owners or someone who doesn't have that great of credit?
So great question. I would say In home mortgage, we're working with people who are either first-time home buyers, maybe want to move up and buy their second or third home, buying a second home, buying investment property. So we do all 1 to 4 family purchase and refi business for homeowners. We'd love to work with people. Some people may have credit challenges. We actually have a company, Blue Water Credit, we work with for those people who are below 620 is the typical credit score you need to at least get a loan. So those who have struggled managing their credit, who have something less, the great part about meeting with a loan officer and having a conversation is it's creating a path. You're putting together a roadmap for buying a home and making sure you're set up to do that. And so we work with a credit company that can help us, or sometimes just give borrowers advice on what they may need to do in terms of to help get their credit score up. When it comes to business loans or other banking needs, investment needs, Tri-Counties Bank is a full service bank. We like to say we provide service with solutions. It's all about helping customers in our communities with all of their financial needs. So we have other partners within the bank who can help with some of those other products or services that they may need.
And let's say, since Justin is not a first-time home buyer, if he was looking to purchase a home, are there any programs for people who are not first-time home buyers or veterans?
There are tons of programs. There are programs through Fannie and Freddie Mac, who are 2 of the biggest in the country. Government loans, where you can do FHA loans. VA loans is a great loan for a veteran. And then there are portfolio loans. Banks, that's sometimes the difference between a bank and a non-bank. Can offer jumbo loans, which others can offer, but sometimes we can do some unique portfolio lending, i.e. if somebody had like a hobby farm, if someone has acreage, if somebody wanted to build a home, buy a lot and build a home, we do that. So we add some other products to the mix for people who are not first-time home buyers, but may need some other mortgage service because they want to move up again, or maybe try something different in maybe buying a lot and building a home.
So if I'm looking to purchase a home, what are the first steps? I know that I should get pre-approved, and does it cost me anything to get pre-approved?
It's a great question. There is no cost. And pre-approved, I like to say, once you get pre-approved, it allows you to shop with confidence. If you don't know how much of a loan you can qualify for, or how much of a home you can buy, you're out there talking to realtors and you have no idea. So the realtor really wants you to be pre-approved, so they know when they're showing you homes, or when you're looking online for homes, you're looking at the right homes. So there's no cost. It's really just setting up an appointment with a loan officer and going through the steps, applying. They'll look at all your financial information, your credit, and then determining based on what you do qualify for and what programs are available to you, again, what purchase price you can look at, and then how much of a loan you would be looking to take out.
How can our listeners learn more about Tri-Counties Bank and your loan programs?
Great. So Tri-Counties Bank, so we service California, also Oregon and Nevada. We have 70 branches between Bakersfield and the Oregon border. But the best way for someone to get a hold of a loan officer is to go to tricountiesbank.com, click on home mortgage. And there's an 877 number on that page that they can call, 877-822-5626, or they can click on the Apply Now button. It'll go to the same person. That'll go to my call center. Or if they go further down the page and click on Our Team, they can identify or find a loan officer in their market and give that loan officer a call or send them an email, set up an appointment to talk, and they would be more than happy to walk them down the path and get them closer to homeownership.
And if you were talking to a 22-year-old, someone around my age that has not the best credit but has enough for a down payment, what would your advice be to them to help fix their credit so they can apply for a loan?
So if the credit's above 620, and there's a lot of new programs out there, especially through Fannie Freddie, or you can use FHA, where if people's income is at a certain level or they're a first-time home buyer, a lot of the rate, we call them loan level pricing adjusters. It's the risk-based pricing that's built in, because if somebody has a really low credit score and other risk factors with the loan, then the rate goes up. Well, those pricing adjusters have been eliminated. So even someone with a lower score might qualify and might get a great rate. But if your score was too low, doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you're over 18, it's never too soon to go talk to a loan officer to try to put a plan together to figure out, what do you qualify for? Is that in the price point based on your income, based on your savings and even your credit, to where it's an area or a home you would like to buy, and what is going to be that payment. Because it all comes down to what's the payment going to be and what are you comfortable making. And so sitting down with a loan officer, going through that process is a great starting point. And I would encourage anybody who's thinking about buying a home, who's renting and wants to own a home, to go through the process. It's not going to take very long. There's no cost. And you're going to learn a lot about your own financial situation and how much of a home you can purchase, whether it's today, 6 months from now, or a year from now.
Mr. Mundy, you made Kayleigh's days. Like, she's smiling ear to ear right now. So I think she's like wanted to put together a plan, order to buy a house. So I think you got a fan now.
That's what that's why I've been doing this for, I hate to say, over 30 years. I still love it because of just that. You're helping people improve their financial situation. You're allowing people, and it's a cliche as to say it's the American dream, but just about everybody wants to own a home. And for us to be able to do that,
I've never met anyone that doesn't want to own a home.
Yeah, and it's just an incredible feeling when you give someone the keys to a house and they walk in and they own it. They're not renting. They're not there temporarily. It's their home. They're not going to get evicted. And it's that pride of ownership. It's just saying, I now own a home. And so to me, that's the best part about this job is that.
Well, then, too, the equity you build is the longer you are in and everything like that. I've been a homeowner for 5 years now. I was a homeowner before, but I rented for probably about 10 years before I bought again. And I look at it as wasting 10 years of, just paying rent, not being able to use that for anything.
Well, your home is your biggest asset. And over time, if you just look back at California over the last whatever period of time you want to look at, home prices have gone up in some areas more so than others.
Yeah.
But you are going to get some appreciation in the long run. That's equity that you can do different things with as you progress, throughout your life. And it's just again, like you said, it's just a great feeling. And I'd love to get people in a home if they're ready. Let's do what we can to get them there.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today. Mr. Mundy, I appreciate it. Mr. Mundy is the Vice President and Home Mortgage Sales Manager of Tri-Counties Bank. Give him a call at 916-293-4851, or you can visit him at 3700 Douglas Boulevard in Roseville, California. I also want to give a special shout-out to Felicia Velarde. And thank you again for coming on. We had a great time having you on, and we learned a lot today.
Well, that's awesome. I thank you both for having me. When you're interested, again, please reach out. And if I can be of any assistance, please feel free to give me a call.
Thank you so much.
You're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert. We'll be right back after these words.
I'm dog tired by the 5 o'clock hour, but I'm ready to raise some hell.
This business tip is brought to you by Cispro Innovation. This is Catherine Ramos, and today we're talking about understanding your customers. It is essential to know your customers intimately. Understanding their needs, wants, and preferences will allow you to offer tailored services or products that meet their expectation. This knowledge can be gleaned through surveys, social media interaction, or just by talking to them. When you focus on satisfying your customers, you ensure repeat business and foster loyalty. Cispro Innovation, where we help local businesses connect with local families. For more information on this tip, check out our blog at cisbroinnovation.com. That's Cispro, SISBRO, innovation.com.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. It is time for our Community Corner, and we are actually going to talk about the fair today. And I have a lot of great memories as a kid going to the fair. I think some of my favorite things about going to the fair was playing the games, like how fast can you throw a baseball. That was one. I always thought I could throw pretty fast, and then I get up there and it's like 50 miles an hour. I'm like 13, and
That's not fast.
I know, but I always thought when I threw it, I thought it was fast, but it turned out it was not.
What's a fast one?
For that age, being 13, probably about 70 miles an hour. That age. If you're in high school throwing 95, you're probably gonna get drafted.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, I was nowhere close to that. I think.
Of course, you would like that game, Justin.
There's also shooting basketball. I like that. I like the games more than anything. I'm not really a big ride person.
I liked the rides
You liked
until
the
I
ride?
got older, and then I started watching the news and watched at how many of them break down while traveling with kids on them.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention the park, but it's a local park near us, and it's still open today. We actually went on this ride, and it broke down like right in the middle. And we were
With you on it?
Yeah, with us on it. It was my parents, my sister, and myself.
The whole family would have died.
And we were hanging upside down for like or maybe not upside down, but we were like in a weird spot for like 45 minutes. And it was pretty scary. I remember that to this day. So
Were you crying?
I probably was. I probably was crying.
I just saw on Instagram the other day, somewhere not too far from us was having a festival of some sort, and on the kiddie ride that goes up and down, the drop kid ride, the kids got stuck halfway. But it's funny because that ride is not, maybe it's like 20 feet tall, so the firefighters came out with their ladders, and they came and took the kids down on the ladder.
Well, see, that was probably a great memory for them. Like, hey, our ride broke down. We got to go down. The firemen came out and took us down the ladder.
Oh, probably not for the parents.
Oh, yeah, probably not for the parents, but yeah.
Little Billy is like, oh my God, the firefighters, Billy's mom. Oh my God, my poor baby.
Yeah. So what
So, you know that I like rap music, but I like these two bands because when I was an angsty teen, I used to listen to them. So the Plain White Tees and then the All-American Reject. And if you know the Plain White Tees, they sing Hey There Delilah, which is one of their songs. And then the All-American Rejects sing the song Dirty Little Secret, if you know that song.
Okay. So, I don't know if you know this, I rap. Nothing.
Yeah, there was pure silence there. Justin, I think if you were to rap, people would go along with it because they think you'd be like Weird Al Yankovic or something.
Okay, so you didn't go for that one.
Justin, how do you spell the genuine?
It's Ginuwine.
Do you know what song he sings? I just looked him up on Apple Music. He sings this song Pony.
Oh, no, I didn't. I never heard of him.
You don't know this song, Justin?
No.
It was featured on Magic Mike, so I feel like a lot of moms will know this one.
I hate to confess, but I did watch Magic.
You heard that.
I watched that with my girlfriend, and I actually thought it was a good movie. I was really
okay. You get a pass. Your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You watched
oh, yeah.
Your
I'm not going to watch
girlfriend?
it. Yeah. We broke up, and I have not seen Magic Mike 2 or Magic Mike 3. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Kayleigh Gilbert on the Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Ginuwine. Yeah, I don't even know if I said that right. And that'd be a fun one.
You could probably find a date.
Yeah, maybe. I think so, especially if there's a lot of beer.
There's a lot of beer, but you better have a driver home.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've had a lot of friends arrested and taken to the Crossbar Hotel a few times after the fair.
Is that where they take them if you get arrested?
Yeah, well, the drunk tank. Yeah, it's I'm sure it's not.
Is that what the police department is called there?
I don't know, but they have a. I'm sure they're taken to a drunk tank somewhere. If it's a busy time for police, they're protecting and serving, and people tend to be idiots sometimes. I don't know if that's too harsh a word, but
no, I mean we have the rodeo in Oakdale, and once a year you see some things. Yeah.
I'm not really a big drinker. I do like to drink, but if I know I have to drive, I tend not to drink. I'm more of a mixed drinker. Like if I go to Las Vegas, you can get mixed drinks and walk around the strip. And
that's how I am.
Yeah.
I don't really drink beer at all. I'm more to drink a milkshake or a chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Okay, Justin, the most important question is, do you like fair food?
Yes, I do. And it shouldn't be a surprise because I'm a pretty big guy. But yeah, like the fried Twinkies, when they fry everything, yeah.
I thought that I would save a lot more money since I don't spend my money on the ride wristband. No, I've just gone to fried foods. Last year, I had a corn dog, a fried cheese stick, a cinnamon roll, a milkshake, a pretzel.
Yeah,
the list could go on. I could eat for days at the fair.
Oh, yeah, I love fair food. I actually went to the state fair a long time ago, and we had a great time there. You know, one thing I didn't get a chance to talk about are the attractions they have there. So they had, like, the reptile show where you walk, they have, like, walkways, and you can see different displays.
I'm all about the FFA animals.
Are you?
I walk around. I go to that first.
Oh, do you really?
And then I tell all my friends, look at the little babies. And then I take photos with all of them.
Yeah, I had a lot of great memories, like taking my kids to the fair back in the day. You know, now my youngest is 21. Next month she's going to be going to San Francisco State.
We'll have to go and make a TikTok. One year they had a butterfly exhibit. That was a lot of fun. I remember that.
They have a lot of cool stuff there. I enjoy it.
What is your top fair food?
Boy, that's a hard one because I just love food.
Mine is funnel cake.
Yeah, I mean funnel cake. I can't pick one because it's just my eyes just get.
I'm
so
just starting
big.
to get hungry now.
So we are back. This is our first show in a few months. It's nice to be back. If you know a business or an entrepreneur that would like to come on the show, have them reach out to us. You can call me directly, 209-896-6500. That's probably the best thing to do. Or email me at www.smallbusinessvoicemedia@gmail.com. We have the website going, so you can kind of get some more information there, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. And we'll have all our shows on the iHeart app, and follow us on social media.
Please give us a follow on social media. That's how you can stay up to date with us in between every episode every Saturday at 11 a.m.
Thank you, Kayleigh. And thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with more. Now, let's take care of business.
Like the way that sounds.